Okay. All right.
All right.
And are you going to do wipes too?
I don't really. It doesn't really matter who.
Who do we got for camera? Who do we have for camera?
Bam, bam, bam.
That's right where it belongs.
Okay, that doesn't move.
Something else. Let me get in there real quick. See, what I'm going to do is, we're not going to play any credits.
I went past that. But I have to go check it with her. Okay, for right now, I need to be able to come and go.
Are you on 2? If you're on 2, wave your camera. Nod your camera. You're on 2. Real quick. Okay, you're zooming in slow. Okay, in and out really quick.
Just let it all
Sometimes we do a 60s.
Yeah, all that.
Sometimes we do a 60s.
This is Public Access Hollywood.
I think that public access is a good place for people that want to break into the television and film industry because they have access to it. Public access is a free channel. Anybody can get on public access.
All the cable companies in Los Angeles have the same thing written into their franchise agreement. They all have to offer public access. You have the unique position of having the first show you ever pitched cheerfully accepted by me.
Public access, it was originally created by the FCC, who made it a requirement of anybody seeking a cable franchise. The FCC felt it was important for people to have access to television.
We've got the fake trees. But as tacky as it looks, it doesn't look so bad once you get it on camera.
The public has a right to air a show on public access. They can produce it themselves and submit it for cable casting.
Well, basically, public access is, bringing television back in the hands of the people, which it should be because supposedly the people own the airwaves. I mean, it's just a miracle it even exists.
Public access, goofy and homespun as it is one of the last true, unsullied, uncommercial, unbought voices in America. It is one of the original forms of reality programming, which is very hip these days.
Public access is like Star Search, it's like the Gong Show, it's like a buffet of talent where people can see different talents and get more experience in the entertainment field.
We get people that want to go into the entertainment industry and they want to be talk show hosts, and this is their training ground for that.
Public access is a place where you can work your craft. You can direct and produce it, show your writing. It's free airtime. Why not? In the world of public access, things happen.
We have no control over the content of the shows, so any program that adheres to our guidelines will be aired.
Television controls the world. I mean, everywhere you look has something to do with TV. If you can get on TV, get on TV.
Since anybody can do it, people can stare at the camera for 28 minutes or sing that have no talent or dance that have no talent. So there is no filter stopping these people. There's nobody to tell them, hey, you got no talent. You should not be on TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Francine Dancer's 39th variety show. This evening I'll be dancing to my first CD.
Francine Dancer is one of our more popular shows. People find there's something intriguing about Francine's shows.
I love her show. Her show is amazing.
I didn't try to become the #1 public access show. It just happened by mistake. Oh, come on, guys. Let's play another song. I've been doing the show about 4 years. I've done 64 episodes. Friday night, I'm on Channel 43 at 10 p.m. in Hollywood, Channel 25, 10:30 p.m. East San Fernando Valley. It's a variety show. I sing, dance, play instruments. I'm pretty much a simple boogie and blues musician.
Wednesdays worse, and Thursdays oh so sad.
I've written about 500 or 600 songs. Anything could inspire my songwriting. Usually it's a catchphrase. I was born into an entertainment family. Well, this is the thing that I was born to do. It had nothing to do with whether I wanted it or not. I was in Chicago, freezing, and frostbitten feet and laryngitis, and I thought, there might be a dancing job for me in Hollywood. It's the movie, entertainment capital of the world. So I got a Hollywood phone book, and I sent a resume to all of the 52 agents, and only 2 responded. One said, "That's the worst resume I ever saw, and I can't use you." And one said, "Come to Hollywood and I'll get you a job as a dancer." And I did, and he did, and then he died.
Oh, just beautiful day here in Hollywood.
I came to Hollywood in 1979. When I first moved here, I danced in bars and stuff as a bikini go-go dancer. All of the clubs I danced in were going topless, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want that much exposure. Yeah, I like to dance sexy, but not too much. I mean, I like to be, respectable. I like to keep my clothes on. That's why I can't make any money dancing because, I don't know anywhere they let you wear your clothes anymore. That's why I dance on TV with my clothes on. Public access is public television. Anybody could become a producer. I used to get nervous before the show, and now I don't have the energy to. I'm pretty tired. I just save all my strength for the performance.
What's the strangest thing you've seen on public access?
Probably Francine dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so strange about that?
That exploitation of self and the desire to be famous at whatever cost. Oh, this is Andy Warhol's nightmare. This is absolutely everyone's 15 minutes.
Is you zoom
Then
into
we dissolve
the
to
subject,
her,
which is Francine.
no chroma key yet.
And then you're going to go over her left shoulder. Yes, that's
When we
perfect.
play the chroma
You're
key,
going
it's
up
just from
over
there
her
on.
left shoulder. Coming to the floor in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action. Follow her all the time. Zoom in and out really quick. Francine is very open. She's up to whatever you do. Like we did a lot of visuals. We did a lot of wipes and psychedelic 60s things, and she likes that. If you saw the monitor, it looked pretty okay.
Oh, I got pushed down and hurt my back. I have a torn muscle in my back. I have arthritis. My ankles and knees are very weak. I can't walk far, so I have to use a wheelchair. But it doesn't stop me from dancing. I'm still able to dance. Sometimes I almost get jealous of myself when I'm in my wheelchair homeless and she's on TV dancing in everybody's living room. It's weird, but sometimes I feel that way. But I like it. I can't walk, but I can still dance. Skinny is what they usually expect the body image to be in Hollywood, and not everybody's that. And I try to be, but it doesn't always work. If they don't like it, they could change the channel, but there are a lot of people that do like it. I have met a lot of nice people through public access. Elton and Betty White were public access producers, and they got me into public access. Elton and Betty White are a married couple. She's white, he's black, she's older than him. They did a show 3 years in a row, voted #1 best cable access show.
In case you just tuned into Elton and Betty White, we're doing a children's dedication to all the children of America.
Yes, we are. This is a song that I wrote. Healthy bodies, healthy bodies. We all have healthy bodies.
Healthy bodies,
they're beautiful without clothes.
They perform on the beach and on TV. They're good friends of mine. They're nice people. And then last time I saw them on the beach, she's playing keyboard.
Look great. She's looking great.
She always looks great.
She always looks great.
We had 4 people on our public access shows. A lot of people tried to get on. We had Francine and her boyfriend then. Francine And Elton and I have a dogged determination to make it, and nobody's
Positive, that's
gonna
right.
take it away
Think
from us.
positive.
We
Like we
think
tell friends,
positive.
think positive.
We
You
think
know?
positive.
David Hart is a black preacher, and he does a children's puppet show.
In Van Nuys.
Okay.
I need to, I guess, for those two shows.
And what time is that one?
It's from 9 a.m. Well, Francine Dancer was a fan of my show when she was living with her boyfriend. She used to see my cable show. And she asked me if I could have her on my show. I said, you can be on my show, but you have to have all your clothes on because it's a kid's show. Okay, you want to give me a mic check?
Well, yeah, I normally, I'm a bikini go-go dancer. I like to dance sexy, and I feel a little inhibited when I'm doing a gospel show. I have to wear something more conservative and not move my hips too much and stuff. Yeah, I try to dance in a little more spiritual way for, general audience, for children.
Hi, this is Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show where all are accepted and not rejected. We are so blessed by the Almighty God that we have Francine Dancer. If you have an affirmation to teach kids to say no to drugs, crack cocaine, heroin, and all that bad stuff.
When I was little, drugs were aspirin and cough medicine. That's all it should be if it's really necessary. If you're sick, if a doctor prescribes something. But
we're talking about crack.
Bad drugs that hurt you, you really don't need to do them. You could get high on life through Jesus.
Thank you. Give a whack, say no to crack. Just like Sesame Street teaches kids to read and write and to count through puppets, I'm trying to teach kids ethics and morals to stay in school and better themselves and to say no to drugs. You should always say no to drugs. The puppet is a vehicle, just like you use a vehicle to get to work. The puppets are a creative vehicle to attract the interest and the kids. 3 days to put this show together. I practiced the piano playing for 2 days and put it on cassette tape. And then the songs all tie in with the topic. So I make all the hymns tie in with the Bible passages. It's a lot of work.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us grace for today, feed the famished and affection. Chip the Black Boy, he's the main star of the show. He's like Kermit the Frog was to Jim Henson. He is representing a young black boy. I'm calling a spade a spade. He's sure not a white boy. The puppets, they're like the kids that I've never had. They're very special to me. And I want to get an Asian puppet.
Yeah.
I would love to get Asians. I want to make it multicultural. I need to get some white puppets real badly. If you know of anybody that would like to donate some, I'd appreciate that because I want to make it multicultural. I grew up in the 50s, and they had so many wonderful puppet shows. And all these shows planted an interest for me into liking puppets. I moved to Los Angeles in 1976 to pursue an acting career and a music career. I always had a dream to be on TV. I just, I had an itching for being a comedian or an actor. I want to go beyond public access. I want to get back on TV professionally, doing acting, doing comedy, doing drama. When I first came here, it was wonderful. I ran across some Christian Science television stars that helped me get work on their different TV shows. I used to be on regular TV. I used to be on Chico and the Man. I used to be on Good Times. I used to be on Wings. And my career went down because I was against the drugs and the sex scene that's in there, the couch scene. Just like women are told to go to bed for parts, I was approached, and I told some casting directors I would never do that. So I quit getting called for work. I was considered a square in Hollywood. I hope someday that my handprints can be in here very soon. Since I've been producing a public access show for 14 years. Jim Henson was my Sunday school teacher in the Christian Science Church. And I hope someday that I can get a break in the Walk of Fame. From Jim Henson, he was my Sunday school teacher in the Christian Science Church. And when he died, he told me he wanted me to do a show teaching kids Bible stories and to say no to drugs. And he told me to perfect your show, you should go on public access. So since I'm trying to break into the entertainment business again, like I used to be in the early 70s, I agreed to do a show.
When I first came to Hollywood, and this is the honest God's truth, I saw David Hart, and he was there with his megaphone and his puppet.
If you've ever walked up and down Hollywood Boulevard, he's known for having puppet shows on the sidewalk.
I'm self-employed as a street musician. And after paying my rent, my phone bill, and God knows what, I just am surviving by the tips of my nails.
I've been doing this to bring kids joy and happiness, even though I've never gotten a break from it.
And I sell my portraits on the street. That's how I've been paying my rent.
Portrait sketch you both give for $2?
Excuse me, like a portrait sketch and a pretty girl together, $2 each.
Boy, this guy is still out there, still pedaling the pavements, still making crafts, still being out there.
I live at the Dixboro's apartment. It used to be a famous hotel where a lot of famous people stayed there before they got a break. It's now a rundown apartment building. So I got to really get this cleaned up. These are shows that I've done through the years. This is from 1988 until now. I've done 12,600 shows. I have them in my storage place. I have them at my apartment. They're overcrowding my apartment. I did, these are all new ones I did in year 2001. I get 60 letters a month from people from all over the country. There's so many people that are fans of my shows. Like I used to let fans come to my apartment and they stole several of my puppets. Like I had a puppet that used to be on my show called Albert Herman. Just like girls were crazy about the Beatles, they were crazy about Albert Herman. The fans stole his body. This is all I have left of Albert Herman. Fans stole his body. Oh, I have a lot of fans. I have people of all ages that watch the show.
Dedicated to the great David Hart, of course.
We saw David Hart's TV show, and we were pretty knocked out by it. The chip we saw had like a taped-on wig, so you could see the electrical tape wrapped around his head like a headband. We decided we wanted to be on the show.
We're so blessed by the Almighty God that we have a band here, the Jigsaw, and they wrote a song about the show. Wow, and they're fans of the show.
Little wooden boy, hand carved out of ebony.
That's the beauty of all these public access stars. It's hard to even describe. It just has to be seen.
Singing about eternity.
I think Chip the Black Boy is a young David Hart.
Thank you, Jigsaw Puzzle. That's wonderful.
Mail time. This is the best fan letter I ever got from a guy named Steve. He says, I dance great and I look very good and he would like to meet me, wants me to write him a letter and send him a picture of me in a bikini.
I meet fans just down the street, like around Hollywood Boulevard. You know, they go by a car, oh, Francine dancer. They think I'm a big star.
Their plans, they
My husband loves you, Francine. Thank you.
Some form of life.
I get everything from they hate me to they love me. You know, a lady called me that had seen me on TV. She was having a birthday party and wanted me to dance for it.
We find that when we put out word that Francine Dancer is appearing at our parties that we tend to draw a lot more people than we normally would.
Francine Dancer defines public access. I just watch the show continuously. I'm entertained. I invite people over.
A lot of people don't, check to see what is actually on public access, and this is a prime example of why they should. This is one of those only in America type things.
So I know that people are watching public access. It's scary.
At my age, weight, and disability, I'd figure out, nobody wants you anymore. And when they do, I'm kind of blown away by it. I'm like, wow, this is cool. Yeah, I like that.
People just think that public access is anybody can do public access, but very few people can do public access in a professional, artistic way. A lot of people just throw public access shows together. I was on, unfortunately, the Three Geniuses show. Well, I like Dan as a person. He's a very creative person, but I'm not in harmony with everything that's on the Three Geniuses. He's just throwing things together with this public access show. And I told him if he would focus his energy in doing a public access show that's saying something positive in a creative way, he would have something.
Why can't you all do something constructive instead of all this silly stuff?
Because we need more garbage on the television.
No, we don't. We got enough garbage stuff.
No, we don't have enough.
Because of your show, people don't want to watch TV. You're insane. This is a stupid show.
Well, David Hart says our show, he needs more preparation, that we're just lazy and stuff. But the thing is, his show actually needs more improvisation, because he's stuck in the same pattern. It's like exact same format every show. I mean, it's a great show, but the greatest show he's ever does is when he has to actually improvise.
The producer of this show is living in sin. He is living with his girlfriend without marriage.
You are living with your puppets in sin.
I have not had sex since 1994, and I'm a good Christian boy. I don't want pussy. When I get married, I'll have pussy. I give my sex to Jesus.
This is what Christianity does to you. It's amazing. But he's incredible, that guy.
You may disgrace me in front of thousands of people.
Public access is great because we have a chance of, showing our pure, beautiful, vivid colors to other people. You're actually given an opportunity to do almost anything you want to do. It's your 15 minutes to shine, baby!
No one's going to watch public access unless it offers something you're not going to see otherwise. Like, Three Geniuses have been doing since, I think, 94. I think we're on our 100th episode.
Welcome to the 100th episode.
You know how they say that the Seinfeld show is about nothing? Well, this Three Geniuses is actually really about nothing, about nothingness.
I'm the king of Giant Land.
The beauty of the Three Geniuses is that it's actually hard to watch it. It's like very few people can actually sit through a whole episode.
Party time in Giant Land.
Basically, we're into the birth of psychedelia and the death of psychedelia, the rebirth of psychedelia, and the re-death of psychedelia.
Basically, it's like a psychedelic free-for-all.
The first time we did Three Geniuses, it's just like, we had no idea what we were going to do when we got there. We kept trying to think of ideas, and we didn't have any. And then we didn't have a title until like maybe a second before they had to type the title into the character generator. We put no preparation into it, no pre-production. We did no post-production. It's just all pure, unadulterated production. And because so many people in television, you guys know, they waste so much time just like thinking of scripts, which are basically the same old rehashed things anyway. And so here it's like this thing is totally from the subconscious straight to the videotape. And so of course it's, you might call it genius if you want.
You just get a variety of people, of weird characters together, and each of you do your own thing, because each person is a genius in their own way. And so you just, let the cameras roll and just let them proceed and see what happens.
I want you to be our Three Geniuses. We love you. Come here, please. Come play.
Basically, anyone who wants to be on our show, usually let on our show.
Welcome. You have a gratitude.
Our friend Stan, he calls himself Stangeline. Well, he had this huge platinum blonde flip-do and these tan, huge muscles with this amazing outfit. He'd wear like false eyelashes and incredible makeup, and he had Tourette's syndrome. He would just say these insanely horrible, things. It was just amazing. He is pure genius. That guy is amazing.
Sanity. Science.
Dude, the Bunny Boy is this incredible black. Well, he's retarded. He's like this retarded genius.
Oh, my bunny rabbit. My girlfriend bunny rabbit.
This girlfriend of his is this like stuffed animal whose mouth has been hollowed out and stitched, and he claims he has sex with her.
I'm married to Bunny Rabbit.
Bunny Rabbit.
Bunny Rabbit. Bunny Rabbit.
A lot of public access is really disturbing, I think. But I think our element of public access is perfect, because it makes perfect sense.
I think some people would argue that that's not the most constructive use of public access, but that's their prerogative. If that's what they want to do, we're here to facilitate that.
It's like, I think half of the public access shows, I think they're absolutely fucking horrible. But there's like a few that are great. Like us, Francine Dancer and David Hart. I don't really like any other public access shows. I think all the other ones are stupid.
Yeah, Francine Dancer is a genius.
Hi, I'm your hippy dippy weather girl. It's not raining cats and dogs, it's raining geniuses. 3 of them.
She's been on our show a bunch of times, and those shows have been some of our best shows. I mean, her show is pure genius. I mean, I first saw that and it blew my mind. It was it's just her dancing for half an hour. And the thing is, it's actually miraculous because she cannot walk. I mean, she can walk a little bit, but she's in a wheelchair because she had an injury to her back. And once the music goes and once she's on television, she can start dancing, go-go dancing for a half hour straight. And so it's amazing. It just shows you the miracle of television.
I do think she was like some really hot go-go dancer. Like hot 60s go-go girl. And I don't know, somewhere along the line, something weird must have happened. Now she's this weird homeless woman who's obsessed with guys with long hair.
I need some tall, long-haired guys to jam with me. Jason's the one that showed up today. That's great. Cool.
I'm always looking for tall, long-haired guys to be on my show. Cher, she was my idol, and I always wanted to have a guy with me, like a Sonny and Cher show. Hi, you want to be on my TV show? This most beautiful drag queen on Hollywood Boulevard picks me up. And I could tell it was a guy in a dress, but I was hoping it was still a guy. And it was.
She was having a little difficulty getting across the street.
But she's got really pretty long blonde hair, and we're just like really good friends. I asked her to be on my show. I said, do you sing, dance, or play an instrument? And she said, well, I can do Shania Twain. Oh, this looks cool. Let me see, what are you?
I do female impersonations. I do Shania Twain, Reba McEntire, I do Cher, Joan Jett, Stevie Nicks. You can be anything you want to be in Hollywood.
You want a caller for me?
Hey, who's that girl sitting over there?
This is Crystal.
Yeah, she's groovy.
Oh, yeah?
Crystal?
Were you ever a guy?
Next
you
question.
are, huh? Yeah. Hey.
It was fun having Crystal on the show. I enjoyed it.
Loved it.
She's really far out character. I've seen some of my shows, not all of them. I watch them every chance I can. When I lived at a place where I had a VCR, I used to watch my shows all the time. Since I've been here in '79, I actually had one apartment, and the rest have been in and out of hotels. The French Cottage is where I live when I have enough to live there. When I'm not at the French Cottage, I kind of sleep wherever, whenever. Sometimes, in like on doorways, or sometimes the Three Geniuses will let me crash their place.
I'm poor and famous. Hollywood see me on TV.
Would you like anything for Christmas?
Yeah, I'd like a house.
Well, we might be able to see if we can get an apartment for you to rent, or a house for rent.
Francine Dancer needs our help badly. She is homeless now. I help her out with food and help her out with money when I see her. Okay, let us be still and know that He is God. And let us pray that God is going to bless the homeless with a home, the jobless with a job, the lonely person with their right companion. My personal life is, well, it's been pretty dried up and lonely. I've joined different dating services, which have been a nightmare. Girls will lie and say they're going to go out with me, and they'll never show up on a date or never show up to do my show.
I'm going to find out what my fortune is. Hope my fortune... that I get back on TV as an actor and I get an attractive, beautiful woman to date and go out with and have a long-term monogamous relationship with. Well, it doesn't say that.
My ad ran like this: handsome, divorced Afro-American male, non-smoker, non-drinker, looking to date a woman, likes puppets, into Christian Science and UFOs. I found out that the Catholic Church and the and the Jewish synagogue is really hiding what's really in the Bible. People from outer space taught the prophets in the Bible. The space people brought us religion and taught us to believe in the one God. Can you use this Milky Way? Our government is hiding the existence of UFOs. I've had extraterrestrials come into my room and talk to me. An extraterrestrial lady that was visiting me, and she says, I want you to do a UFO show to tell our presence is real. It's not make-believe, it's not fiction. I did my first UFO show. Hi, this is Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show where all are accepted and none are rejected. And, you know, we're not alone in the universe. There are other people from outer space that are human beings like us. Howdy, I'm Mr. Gray the Martian, and I'll be singing the second song with... Did Ezekiel see a UFO up here in the sky, you know? It was a wheel within a wheel telling us that UFOs are real. You know, who are you trying to fool? We all know UFOs exist. The song after, that's from the last show, cut. Was technical problems. I want the things to be perfect. I used to be in the military. I like things to be done professional to my best ability. I like to give people the best. You wear a lot of hats when you do a public access show. You have to be the producer, you have to be the director, and the puppeteer. It's a lot of work. Thank you all very much.
Let's see. I've been on David Hart's show many times. His show's great. I mean, he really reaches out to kids with those puppets. And at first I thought, man, kids don't watch the show. Kids really do love his puppets, you know. Chip Blackboy's great. I mean, he is a star. David Hart he's reappropriated the term boy, you know, black boy. You know, just like gays took the word queer and made it their own, he took the word black boy and made it his own.
We are so blessed by the Almighty God that we have two talented guests on our show. I'm going to start with Dan. He does his own show called Three Geniuses. Do you have an affirmation to teach kids to stay in school and say no to drugs?
Kids, get into something more productive like public access television or puppetry or Christian Science reading rooms.
Amen. The end.
David Hart should be the head of the Christian Science Church. He's doing more for them than anyone has ever done for them. I love public access. It's my favorite station. The Partridge Family Temple, we started doing that show about a year ago, I think. So I produce a bunch of shows. I'm kind of like the Aaron Spelling of public access. I don't know if you realize that. But it's not just Three Geniuses. The Partridge Family Temple, it has a different kind of aesthetic or whatever than Three Geniuses.
Welcome to the Partridge Family Temple.
Everybody needs a religion. And the Partridge Family Temple is the religion for these people who don't really find fulfillment with other religions.
And it's religion based on television, actually. And the whole premise is that the Partridge Family, the characters are archetypes, and they are gods. Like, I don't know if you realize this, but like right now, I am Keith Partridge.
Dan is the new Keith.
I am the reincarnation of Keith Partridge himself.
He's the second coming of Keith Partridge.
We like to use television as a mind expansion tool. Right now, I can reach the masses via television just like the gods reach me via television. You know, the resurrection will be televised of, you know, Partridge gods.
The show is a way of opening your mind and letting yourself free with psychedelia and realizing that television is reality and reality is whatever you make it.
It's like television and reality becoming one and the same and vice versa.
Unfortunately, we're not really a tribute band. We are a religion. We're a cult that worships television and we love the Partridge Family. You all know you wanted David Cassidy inside you so badly.
The Partridge Family, if you listen to the music, it's like a spoken Bible. The Partridge Family Temple is huge. It really is like the biggest underground religion. People come to us and we do try to recruit. We try to recruit through the television and just by meeting people. I think I love you.
The Partridge Family Temple, I didn't have a life before that. And thank God to GAIL and Dan that I have a new life.
It's kind of like a lower brow type of Church of Scientology. We love television so much that we're not going to like be these really weird, creepy people who try to like fit in and blend into, you know, I don't even know what kind of weird standard it is. Like Hollywood has a really weird type of people out here. These people I meet all the time. They're like, oh, I'm the host for this TV show. And they're these really creepy, boring people that, you know, I really have no interest in. But they're on TV, so I can dig that. I just love television so much. It doesn't matter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce the leader of Late Night Latex, the king of condom comedy, the dick of shtick, Rudy the Rubber.
The people that are watching public access need to know about condoms. The fact is, if they're watching public access, they probably don't get a chance to use them much.
The show's about safe sex, pure and simple. Hey, you're on the Rudy the Rubber show.
Yeah, can you give me some instructions on how to put a condom on?
If you're watching, this is the correct way to put on the condom.
We are a live call-in show. It's a show out there to promote my talent, as well as remind people that they need to wear latex condoms. Oh, my show is geared to anyone who's got a penis or a vagina, because bottom line is that if you got a penis, you need to use me, and if you have a vagina, you need to make sure that someone's wearing me. We get our message through. We have people that can call in anonymously and ask real questions and not have to worry that they're going to be found out or they're going to look ignorant. Hello?
Yeah, I have a question. If I'm out of condoms, is it possible that I can use saran wrap?
Shane is like a right nut to me. He sort of keeps the show going. He answers the phone calls. He helps do all the grunt work.
Hey, you're on the Rudy the Rubber show.
Yeah, dude, you have tits. You're fat.
No kidding. We also have the lovely and talented news reporter giving you her news and views, the beautiful Eileen Doverdick.
Hi.
Hi, Eileen.
How are you?
Hi.
You look
nice
beautiful.
to see you guys again.
Rudy has had several condom guests.
Let's introduce Osama bin Laden.
Hello, Mr. Rudy.
Yeah, hello to you.
Thank you for having me on your show. Yes.
Can I ask you one question?
What stupid American?
I've also had a friend of mine from Mexico. He's from south of the border, but north of Venice. His name is Senor Piñas.
I am the only condom in Mexico.
And you look like you've never been used.
I am so lonely.
We've gotten one complaint, I think, the whole time we've been on the air.
Hi, my name is Ed Sheldon. I'm the chairman of Concerned Citizens for Common Decency. I have a petition here with 3,000 signatures on it to have your show taken off the air. I'd like to know why you can't do a quality show like David Hart's program.
The networks that we pitched it to came back to us and said that Middle America is not ready to accept a condom hosting a show. I see Rudy the Rubber on lunchboxes across America. I see Rudy the Rubber's rubbers. I see his own brand of condoms. I see him on lunchboxes. I see him on coffee mugs. I want people waking up in the morning and taking their first sip out of a rubber. They'll be ready for us soon enough, and when they are, America is going to be covered in rubber.
Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Block, your love doctor. Snuggle up to the fire of your boob tube.
Well, public access, a lot of people like it because it's, one of the few voices of the people that is truly left on the public airwaves.
Relax and make yourself comfortable. Here she is, Dr. Susie Block.
Yes. You are listening to Radio Sex with me, Dr. Susan Block, and if you want to talk with me about your sexuality, you can call me. If you need to talk with me, I want to talk with you.
Okay, so should we just start from right here? This is the main salon. World famous bed, which of course is very small, but on television it looks huge. The show has no real form to it. We actually never know what's going to happen with each show. Sometimes we have guests, they don't show up, so the audience becomes the show. That's part of the show, is to get people to relax about sex and sexuality. After all, it's only sex, so you shouldn't be too scared.
Where are all my dildos? We have sex toys. Of course, toys are a big part of what we enjoy around here. And there's several reasons for that, actually. Toys are a great aid to sexual exploration. You might not be able to show the actual human parts doing this, even though I personally don't see anything wrong with that, but sometimes that's censored, so we can use the puppets to show. And of course it always helps to have a little humor, a little spoonful of sugar to help the medicine of sex education go down. If you're watching us on public access, then we love you. And if you're watching us on Adelphia, well, you may not be able to watch us because we have some images that have been deemed obscene by John J. Regas of Adelphia Cable TV. Even though it is illegal for him to censor public access, this show may be censored on Adelphia Cable TV. Kind of secretly, they are censoring public access. They're not acknowledging that they're doing this because it is, in fact, illegal for them to be doing that.
The pussycat is out of the bag.
John Regas is a moralist broadcaster, a man that basically takes away your right to see what you want to see. He decides what you see. He's now doing this with public access. And that really violates the reason for public access.
Who it really cheats is our viewers. So it's really a shame.
This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you.
Public access was set up for the community people to have a voice, regardless of what they say, what they want to say, what they want to do.
I think, you should just get a camera and film whatever it is that you do. I think that's what public access is all about.
Yo, this is Zuma Dog, yo. Reported live to you. You're watching the Zuma Dog Show. Yo, Zuma Dog Show. It's the Zuma Dog Show. What's up, y'all? It's the Zuma Dog Show on cable TV, y'all. All up in the piece. Yo, my name's Big Z Dog, y'all. My show is a very excellent show. It's called the Zuma Dog Show. It's on cable TV. Yo, you ever see the Zuma Dog Show? It's on public access cable TV, and it's a very excellent show. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm an international celebrity, superstar. I've been doing it for about a year so time, y'all. We had about 40, 50 episodes, y'all. Very terribly hilarious. 28 minutes and 30 seconds each, y'all. Excuse me, peace out of the frame, y'all. Because this ain't about you, y'all. It's about Zuma Dog. Because I'm an international celebrity. I'm gonna start the show, y'all. Nobody else, y'all. I'm the celebrity, not you. Yeah. As you can see, yo, here's Zuma Dog and Andy Dick, y'all. We on the same TV show, y'all. Oh, well, I'm a public advocate of the community, and I see things, I see infractions that must be looked into. It's like the library, y'all. You can talk loud in the library. There's no law that says you can't talk loud in the library, y'all. They try to tell you to talk softly in the library, y'all. But if you ever want to go in there and talk loud, you can tell them there ain't no constitutional amendment that says you cannot talk loud, y'all. You just making a request, y'all. Good evening, everybody. My name's Zuma Dog. We're live at Santa Monica Library, and we got a free concert right now. Wait, hold on. I'm doing a free concert.
This is not appropriate, and you don't have permission to do that in here.
Oh, excuse me, but I'd like to know, can I actually...
Please leave.
As you can see, Zuma Dog, y'all, I gotta fight for my constitutional rights, y'all. Venice Beach is a very excellent place to shoot the TV show, y'all, because you got lots of people walking all around and up and down, y'all. So you got a constant activity and lots of interpersonal relationships to enact upon, y'all. So that's very excellent. The most excellent element of the Zuma Dog show is to interact with all the fans and people recognize me, y'all. Hell yeah.
I know you.
Excuse me, you do? Well, this
You're Zuma Dog! Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
I love your show.
As you see, Zuma Dog, he got groupies all over the world, y'all.
I think public access is great, y'all, because it gives access to the public. You can make your own TV show, and you can put it right on, y'all, and you can do whatever you want to do, y'all.
I can irritate the shit out of any living creature, y'all, and I have finally proved it, y'all.
You watch public access? Hell no, I don't got cable TV, y'all.
And welcome to another Hollywood and Devine. Come on in to your favorite Hollywood cable show.
I'm Michael Devine, and I'm host of Hollywood and Devine.
I'm your Divine Prince of Public Access.
It's a comedy variety talk show. Well, we're the show that brings you the Hollywood people.
Oh, I am so thrilled to be here, Mike.
Well,
it's a little exciting
really?
Because I've never been on television.
You're kidding.
Anyone that's Hollywood, we put them on the show, and we make them famous. Come on my show. Show me what you can do.
Let's go now over to Sheila Sheila. Shake up the audience.
Oh, I am totally a Hollywood character.
Yes.
I'm losing my props. Hollywood, look out. Oh, yes.
People are getting on public access to be famous because it's free airtime. You know, why not?
And you've been an actress for how long, Ruth?
About 30 years.
Okay, and you've been on sitcoms?
But Biscuit's only been in the business 11 years.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're all here, aren't we? For fame. The fortune will come later.
Knock,
Not
knock.
the one. Who's there? I'm a who?
I'm a movie star.
It's kind of turned into this basic joke of cable access where anybody and everybody could get on the air and just do whatever they wanted to do. You know, we've turned it kind of more into an entertainment hour where we laugh at them while we're doing the show.
I just sit here.
He's a sidekick.
That's all I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
We're having trouble in the beginning years getting guests to come on the show. So we didn't want to have an empty chair on the set. We came up with this idea of getting a blow-up doll just to sit in the chair so we wouldn't have an empty chair.
I like live shows. I think they're the best.
Let's go to the phones. Hello?
The best because I get regular callers that call in.
This is the best show I've ever seen on TV.
Really?
Oh, thank you.
There's a nucleus of us that are in the underworld of public access, and I see us bringing it to a level where it's out of the underground world. It's the in thing that people are watching. It's almost there. It's not quite, but it's almost there. People will turn on to those talk shows like Letterman or whatever. They got an audience. They got, famous people. But public access has got famous people too. And yes, I watch public access. I watch it all the time. I watch these people. I got my remote. I know when to turn on. I'm a junkie, public access junkie. David Hart, I've had him on the show. He's really hysterical once he gets rambling.
David Hart, welcome to Hollywood and Divine. Hello,
Hello,
David
it's
Hart.
so nice to see you. I can do different characters, too. I used to be a TV actor.
I guess so, David.
I'm looking for work out there. I'm sagging after talent.
He used to have an acting career. I don't know if he told you that. He really has.
Now, David, we want to get talking about your belief in aliens and your alien abduction that you always tell me about.
I need a sheet of paper to draw what the aliens look like.
I've had Francine Dancer. My last show was Easter, and our 3rd year anniversary show.
He asked me to be on his Easter show. I guess I'm going to do a bunny hop or something.
Francine Dancer. This is an amazing woman. Francine Dancer is probably the most popular person on public access.
We are the show that brings you the Hollywood people. We bring you a very special guest, Francine Dancer. What else do you do besides dance?
Well, I produce the #1 cable TV show, Francine Dancer.
You know what I want to know?
What?
I've kind of noticed that Francine's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
How can she dance if she's in a wheelchair?
It's only my transportation to and from the dancing job.
We have the legendary Jackie Brown over here. Hello, Jackie. She is the cable funny girl. She sings, she dances, she tells jokes.
He asked me to be in his show because I have a lot of talent, and I play the guitar and sing. I tell jokes, and I do animal impersonations and people impersonations.
Jackie, do you have an animal noise you can throw at us today for all your fans out there? Make a bunny noise.
Tarzan.
Tarzan. Let's give a hand for Jackie.
I'm grateful for the exposure that he's made for me.
Mike came out to Hollywood from upstate New York in Lockport, New York, to be a movie star.
I put in so many years in Hollywood of wanting to be an actor. Now it's for the fame. Because with fame, if you use it correctly, there's a career there. It's about promotion. I'm trying to be on everyone's show, so one day you're going to turn on public access, and you'll see me on everybody's show.
We are so blessed by the Almighty God that we have Michael Devine with us. Do you have an affirmation to teach kids to say no to drugs?
Yes, I do, Chip. Boys and girls, please stay away from drugs. They are bad. They are evil. They will kill you.
Such as crack cocaine, heroin,
exactly,
and marijuana and all that bad stuff.
In the words of Jim Barry, it's like you have to be on all times. Be on camera all times. all times.
Michael, Hollywood Devine, actually, you might have seen him on other cable access shows. He tends to have an affinity to be on every possible cable access show that is out there. Pretty much everybody who makes an attempt at cable access stardom is also making an attempt, a plea to the Hollywood industry. I ask you people out there who have the power, why don't you try a pilot on us? Spend the $100 grand on us, see what happens.
Welcome to the Jim Barry Show.
Jim Barry is a local fixture in cable access TV, and one that will be around for years to come. The Jim Barry Show could be seen in Hollywood on Channel 36. It's always on Wednesdays at 10:30, though sometimes I'll do live shows on Saturdays.
Aren't you having fun watching this show? Why don't you pick up the phone and call? Huh? Call that number, huh?
The live shows are usually quite entertaining. Who do we have on the line here? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
I'd like to take a minute now and talk about cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese, that was a discussion we talked, I think, a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
But the callers tend to call in and right away tell you you're a faggot or suck my dick.
Hello?
Hello, Jim?
Yes, hi.
Fucking faggot. You sack of shit.
The real reason why I got into public access is because I felt that there was something missing. Well, this is my contribution to society. Definitely is an experiment at times. There's a fan base out there. I see the show being picked up, a deal being worked out, making millions of dollars.
Just get a zoom in there like that. This is Jim Barry here.
Every time I show up, the directors who work at the studio, they ask me, "What are you going to do this week?" Because they don't know what I'm going to bring, to the table. Probably most likely going to see me as Jim Barry.
Right here, on John. Hey, everybody.
Though sometimes I'll take a break and I'll show up as Johnny Night Train.
Oh, move your arms up, move your arms up, move your arms up.
Or Cactus Man.
This is Cactus Man.
And that's where it's sort of a variety show. Okay, Jim Barry Show, what's he going to do this week?
Welcome to Cable Access Heaven.
The idea is just to put it out as much as possible and hopefully put out a crazy enough product so that when people are flipping the channel, the 100 or so different channels, they come across your show and they go, this is crazy, this is interesting.
Yeah. Public access is for losers! And this isn't public access anymore, this is real life. Oh, shut up!
This is my opportunity to explore different things and challenge myself, if you will.
Hope you can follow what's going on here. Okay.
If anything, it could be a personal search in trying to find out who I am. Lord, may this be a great show. Being able to do cable access brings me happiness.
I think it was probably as good as they get. It can't get any better.
This is a true creative outlet for me, for my alter ego. Being Jim Barry, because my real name is John Kilduff, the guy who paints.
I think we have footage of that. Can we see some of that right now? This is how I fund the Jim Barry Show.
As a painter, which is my regular profession, it tends to be for the most part, an isolated job, and I felt almost a personal change in my life where I needed to try something else.
And cable access was there. This is a drawing of Francine Dancer.
Before I started to do cable access, I saw her show.
Those are her classic eyes, and
actually was inspired enough to draw her during her show. And now I don't get cable anymore. So.
Yeah, I haven't really seen her show in 3 or 4 years now, and I know I've heard it's done some certain amount of advancement.
Because it's a crapshoot anyone ever sees your show, because a lot of times you can't keep the same time slot. You need to cross-pollinate, and if you can try to be on as many different shows as possible, because you really only can be on once a week with your show. So if you can start a buddy up with the other cable access producers, then your face gets on TV all the different times.
David Hart, though, I've been on David Hart's show. I guest appeared on that, his religious show. Kids, you should stay off drugs, crack, heroin. A lot of coffee's not good for you either, stuff like that.
This is like the last form of free speech that we have. Again, people, this is your opportunity to speak up. Speak up, Los Angeles. Theoretically, it's a free thing given to the public, and it's everyone's opportunity. Satellite TV does not have a channel for cable access. When you switch to satellite, you're going to miss this homemade TV made by the neighbor next door. Stars of Cable Access is a group of cable access producers that have banded together to combat the ever-growing proliferation of satellite TV taking over.
Every city legally is supposed to have public access for freedom of speech. We have to fight for what is ours.
We started a big campaign and went to the Doodah Parade, which is in Pasadena, sort of like the bastard child of the Rose Parade. We were yelling, "Squish the dish!"
Come back to cable! Get rid of the dish! Squish the dish! You heard it from Jim Barry himself! Protect our jobs! Squish the dish!
So if you can entertain and also maybe get your agenda across, then that's a successful cable access show.
This is Jim Barry. We'll say goodbye to you all today, and till next week. Over and out.
Oh, hello, Francine. How are you? Francine, I want to thank you for inviting me to your birthday party.
Oh, that was cool. All my friends are
All our
cable
friends
TV
came.
producers. Gave me a nice party.
It was very nice.
Happy birthday to Francine Dancer. Happy birthday to Francine Dancer. May she have many more in store. I want to thank you all for putting together a birthday party for Francine Dancer, because this woman deserves to get a trophy of some recognition, because she's talented and she has a lot to offer the world. And if I had the money, I would give her own TV show on the.
I have my own show.
Well, I mean, on making money.
Well, making money would be a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a beautiful party, and it's the nicest one I've ever had.
Yay.
Thank you.
What's that?
Oh, wow. Who's all
look,
these
a photo
people?
album. How cool.
Is that me? And Elton and Betty White. Oh, yeah.
I just always thought Francine was such an amazing person. Remember you showed up and I helped you with your makeup and
Yeah, you're really sweet. Just give me nice stuff.
yeah. I made her a really groovy costume for her birthday.
Yeah.
But no, Francine's the most psychedelic, groovy chick in the world.
Giddle, you know, with her Partridge Family Temple, she said we're family.
I mean, look at all these people that all hang out together only because of public access television. That's the beauty of public access. It does create a community within LA. I mean, people I would never hang out with normally are like hanging out all the time.
Francine Dancer, I got another birthday present for you.
Look, a half-eaten muffin. What?
That's for you.
It's been a joy to have Francine Dancer on the show, on the Hollywood Devine show.
We would have never been on cable TV if it wasn't for her.
If I ever get rich and famous, I'm going to buy Francine a pink motor-powered, wheelchair. So she'll give Angelina a run for her money.
We are the show that brings you the Hollywood people. And joining us today, the very colorful Sheila Sheila of the Jungle. She has her own television show that I'm co-producing. What's it called?
It's gonna be called Sheila Sheila of the Jungle presents the Are You Ready to Rumba show.
Exactly.
There's going to be a time when there's going to be public access awards, and I'm going to be hosting.
How many more minutes we got? How many more minutes? We're going to wrap this up? They should actually make a TV show, a reality show based on cable access, because this is my reality. We're out for another exciting show of painting, and get your easels out and canvas and paint. All right, who's next?
Hey, you're on the Rudy the Rubber Show.
I can't believe they finally have something great on TV.
Zoom it out, y'all. If I have one public announcement, y'all, it's make more Starbucks, y'all. Because sometimes you do not feel like walking all the way over to that Starbucks, y'all. So sometimes you have to walk over to that one and stay, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Build more Starbucks, y'all. Hell yeah.
If you need to talk with me, I want to talk with you. That's 213-883-1950.
Christian Science has energized me to endure in Hollywood and to keep on trying. I would like David to get into doing something that doesn't have to tie in with religion, something that can make the people just laugh at themselves, at life, and funny comedy things that just happen to people. Do you have an affirmation to teach kids to stay in school and say no to drugs, crack cocaine, heroin, and all that bad stuff? It's a lot of work. I wish I had some help. If there's any single women out there that would like to be a secretary to me that are reliable and sincere, I need their help badly. Any race. Well, Francine Dancer is a very talented girl. I feel she has a lot of potential. She's a diamond in the rut. I just wish she wouldn't exploit herself in all those sex moves, because she's too good for that.
What's next for Francine Dancer?
Well, I never know, because it kind of always happens by mistake with me.
Yes, I like to continue with public access as long as it's in existence.
I'm poor and famous. Hollywood see me on TV.